to make the PN setups a little bit easier, just in playing around with it, this seems to work a little bit better. You can set up all your bags of PN and your lines, which is the non-sterile part. You still clean off everything with the Oxivir wipes, and then I just set up a clean surface. And go ahead and prime your tubing. I usually put the little blue Curo caps on first, but I won't this time. And what I do so that it's just makes the connection easier and one less step in cleaning. These caps, the needleless connectors, are sterile. So if you're going to be using them on the end, if you open it and don't touch it, you can just attach it right to the end of the tubing before you prime. And then that's a sterile connection. So you come over and prime your PN right down through the tubing and into the cap. And then if you just leave the little package on, you don't have to worry about that getting knocked apart. You can do the same thing with your lipids, if you had lipids. And if you had the bag of lipids, you would just prime another tubing. And again, you put the cap right on the end without touching it. And prime that through. So you can do all of your bags, have them all ready. So then at this point you can go to the part that is sterile. Just open the sterile drape. Once you get in here, there's 2 of them, so you really just kind of have to take it by the edge. And open it up that way. So then the pieces that have to be put together sterilely, you open onto this drape, and because of the size of the drape, it's preferable that you not do more than like 4 or 5 setups at a time. But you open those pieces up. And then at this point, you can just put on your sterile gloves. Try to put on your sterile gloves. Always helpful when they're in the package backwards. Okay, so sterile. At this point, you can just put the 2 sterile pieces together, and you can do all of the ones that you have laid out here at one time. And from that point on, whatever you do, you're not sterile as soon as you're going to the other tubing. So I just close everything up except the part I'm using. Come over here, your cap is sterile. Take these off, and you just hook it right in. And then you can just prime. You want to prime to at least this juncture here. If it goes a little bit past that into the filter, then that's fine. And stop. And you go ahead and do the same thing with your lipids. The cap's already on the end. Same thing, prime it through. And at this point, if you're not setting up a Medline for the other part, and again, this is, you can just lay this is a clean surface, so it's not dangling around anywhere. Same thing with the third cap, as long as you don't touch it. Put that on, and then you can just prime the rest of the way through, and you're done. So it eliminates having to go back and forth between sterile and non-sterile. You do all of that first, and that's that.